This is Professor Asif Iqbal. So in this session we are going to discuss band reject filters. The band reject filter is also called a band stop or band elimination filter, which attenuate or stop the signal having frequencies between certain band, right? So that we already discussed previously. So once again we'll see here the frequency response for the band reject filter, which rejects or stop all the signals to pass between a frequency, two cutoff frequency FL and FH, or we can say between a band of frequencies, that band formed by FL and FH, right? The band is the range or a band of frequencies decided by FL and FH. So here you can see the one thing you observe here, usually here we have FL is greater than FH, right? Whereas in the band pass filter in a previous session we discussed FH is greater than FL, means the cutoff frequency for high pass is greater than the cutoff frequency for low pass. Whereas in the pass band, band pass filter, you seen that the cutoff frequency for low pass is greater than the cutoff frequency for high pass. That is, FL here is greater than FH, where in the band pass filter FH is greater than FL, right? So here also, to design this filter, here you see the circuit diagram for this. Here it uses a 3 amplifier circuits, right? So the first one, this one is high pass filter, and this one is a low pass filter, and the output of this high pass filter and low pass filter is a sum by using summing amplifier here, right? The output of summing amplifier is our filtered output. So to design this filter, we are using here high pass filter, low pass filter, and a summing amplifier, right? So here a band reject filter. So therefore what happened when you use high pass filter, you see same input we are applying for both high pass and low pass filter, right? So when you apply the signal when it is going to the high pass filter, so high pass filter allows the signal having frequency above FL, so therefore it forms the pass band above FL. Whereas the low pass filter, the same signal which is passed through the low pass filter allows the signal to pass below the FH, or we can say it forms the pass band below FH, right? So both the high pass filter and low pass filter forms the stop band, right? See, high pass filter forms the stop band reject reject band below FL, whereas low pass filter forms reject band above FL, that is stop band, right? So therefore there is a stop band between FL and FH, right, which we are giving to the summing amplifier to sum these two responses. So here the high pass filter given this response, the above response, and the low pass filter will give this response. These two responses added by the summing amplifier. So here we are using inverted summing amplifier. So here we are using a inverted summing amplifier. So therefore our signal is get inverted at the output, right? Okay, so to design this filter, we need to individually design a separate high pass filter and separate low pass filter and a summing amplifier. So let's we see example here, design example, right? So to design a wide band reject filter, see this is actually what we discussing. This circuit is what wide band reject filter. So here also in a band reject filter we have two types of filter. One is wide band reject filter, another is notch filter or narrow band reject filter. So whatever we discussed here, this circuit is wide band reject filter. So let's we design this wide band reject filter here. So here the given FH value is 200 Hertz, FL is 1 kilohertz, right? In a previous class we designed a wide pass band filter which is having FH as a 1 kilohertz, FL as a 200 Hertz, right? So therefore, so how you design the band pass filter previously for FH equal to 1 kilohertz, FL equal to 200 kilohertz, you have to do this same design here in a reverse direction, since here FH is 200 Hertz, FL is 1 kilohertz, right? Here FL is more than the FH. So to design this, so what we have to do, we'll go to here is our digital board. So what we have to do to design this, first initially we are designing high pass filter. To design high pass filter, given FL value is 1 kilohertz, consider C equal to 0.01 microfarad. So the same design we did in the for a band pass filter by considering C as a 0.05 microfarad. So here we are considering C as a 0.01 microfarad for designing high pass filter, and for designing low pass filter here we consider 0.05 microfarad, right? Okay, so first we design high pass filter, consider C equal to 0.01 microfarad. So using the formula R equal to 1 divided by 2 pi FL C. So substitute FL here 1 kilohertz, C as 0.01 microfarad, you will get a 15.9 kilo as a R for high pass filter. Okay, that is you can substitute, you will get it this, right? So then we'll go for design low pass filter. So in case of low pass filter, we considering C equal to 0.05 microfarad, right? Where FH is given 200 Hertz, right? R is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi FC, which will again give you 15.9 kilo for the low pass filter also, right? So then so here you can see the gain for both high pass and low pass filter is 1 plus RF by R1, because both uses a non-inverting amplifier. So here we considered RF and R1 is equal. We taken here RF and R1 as a 10k 10k. So therefore the gain for both high pass and low pass filter is 2, right? So further if you see the summing amplifier, actually the summing amplifier which is equal to minus is the sum of the signal which is coming from the high pass filter and the signal from the low pass filter, right? So here you can see the signal which we are getting from the high pass filter through resistor R2, right? You see in the circuit, so you can see in the circuit here, right? So high pass filter output we are getting from the R2, low pass filter R3. So therefore the gain for the signal which is from high pass filter is R4 by R2, minus R4 by R4, right? And the signal amount of the signal which is coming from the low pass filter is given to the we are getting at the output of the summing amplifier is minus R4 by R3. So therefore, so we can say that in the summing amplifier, since see you also observed that R4 and R2 and R3 all we are taken equal here, 10 kilo. So therefore the gain for the summing amplifier is 1 only, right? So therefore the output of the summing amplifier, right, which is sum of the voltage at the output voltage of high pass filter and voltage of low pass filter. Alright, so here you see the output V0 is right, either you are getting, right, signal from high pass filter or signal from low pass filter, right? Because you can see the band pass, when high pass filter and low pass filter both should not give the signal at a time to the summing amplifier, because when there is a pass band for the low pass filter, that is stop band for the high pass filter, and the pass band for the high pass filter is a stop band for low pass filter. So therefore, so output is always either is from high pass filter, either is from low pass filter, which is the gain of either high pass filter to a gain of either low pass filter 2. So therefore total gain for the V in is 2 only here. So therefore the gain for band reject filter is 2 only in this design, right? It is not the sum of the two gain high pass and low pass filter, because it is not cascaded connected, right? Series connected it is, right, which is added, right? Parallelly it is connected, which is added, not series connection here. So therefore gain of the design is here 2 only, right? So output voltage you are getting 2 times the input, either it is from the low pass filter or it is from the high pass filter. So therefore so you can see the final circuit here. So 10k we use here, right? And this ROM for the inverting design is always R2 parallel R3 parallel R4. We learned this in the summing amplifier, right? Always this resistor is the parallel combination of this with this, right? Okay, so you use that, and here in 10k and 0.01 microfarad capacitor of high pass filter, 0.01 microfarad capacitor of low pass filter, right? Okay, so next is our narrow band reject filter, which is we called a notch filter also, because it is only reject a signal for a particular frequency. Frequency means there is high rejection at a particular frequency. For example, rejection of a signal frequency such as 60 Hertz power line frequency hum, right? So 60 line power frequency hum we can reject here, right? So this is we are using in communication, right? The most commonly used notch filter is a twin T network filter, right? So the most commonly used notch filter is this, which is we called a twin T network filter, where we are using 2 T network. See, this is 1 T network. We are using 2 R, and this capacitor C, which is having value 2C, whereas one more T network which is parallelly connected to another T network, which is having 2 capacitors C and a resistor which is having half of this R, right? And the capacitor which is having in this T here, right, which is 2 times the C, right? So here this right 2T network, right, uses with a voltage follower, and this is without voltage follower also you can use, but what happen when you use without voltage follower, relatively there is a low figure of merits Q should be very low. So therefore to increase the Q we are using voltage follower here, right? So right, to design this notch filter we always select C is less than equal to 1 microfarad, and the same way we need to design here, right? For example, see the example here, to design 60 hertz active notch filter, right? And the formula to design R here is R equal to 1 divided by 2 pi Fn. Fn is the notch filter which is 60 hertz notch frequency, right? Which is you see the frequency response here for the notch filter, which is very narrow band here, and we can say that the only the rejection is maximum at Fn. Fn is the frequency at which the rejection is maximum, whereas the there is no much rejection between FH and FL except Fn, right? So therefore, so it uses to reject particular frequency signal only, a single frequency signal only. So therefore we called it is a notch filter. At the notch it is. So this notch frequency we have to taken here 1 divided by 2 pi fc. Usually what to design this, initially we select here C is equal to 0.068 microfarad. Let's C equal to 0.068 microfarad. Then you calculate R is 39.01, right? So then you take R by 2. So we require R by 2 in another network. We calculated this R, right? Here R we got from this circuit is 39 kilo, and we select capacitor C 0.068 microfarad. This is 0.068 microfarad, and this will get a 39k. So R bar 2 R C by 2C we use here, divide R bar 2, that is 39.01k divided by 2 resistor we use here, right? And C you multiplied 0.068 capacitor multiplied by 2 you use here. So instead of that, what we are doing here, so R by 2 to get R bar 2 we are using R in parallel with R resistor here. If you use R in parallel with R, it will give you R into R divided by R plus R, that is equal to 2R. So to get 2C here we are using the two capacitor C that is having value of 0.069 microfarad, 0.068 microfarad in parallel. If you use the two capacitors here parallelly connected having value of C here, so you will get a 2C value, because parallelly the two capacitors is get added, means 0.068 plus 0.068 you will get it here, or you use some value, a particular value of that capacitor and resistor, which is give the value of R by 2 and 2 into C. This is how we design the notch filter. So therefore today we will stop here for the topic band reject filter. So we'll go one more topic in the next session. Till then, you take care. Bye bye.